So good morning. I tried to upload this video last night, but it was, I don't know, giving me problems. So come back to y'all with it this morning. I want to talk about, you know, those of you who feel like you are exempt or you can't get it or you too good for HIV. Like, I don't want to be the spoiler or I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you are not exempt. Like, if you're not a virgin or if you're not in a monogamous relationship, meaning you and your partner, you know, not just you, but both of y'all, y'all got to just be sleeping with each other. Because if he's stepping out or she's stepping out, you are a candidate for HIV. Let me tell you about my story. November 2010, I decided, well, a little before that, the person who I was with for 9 years, we broke up. I started dating somebody else, and I decided, since I was going to be through with that relationship, I needed to go get myself tested because I'm about to start messing with somebody new, and that was just something I always did. Like, I always get tested in between, partners. So, I go get myself tested in November. December of 2010, I got a letter from the infectious disease clinic saying that I need to come down there. So I call them. First, I asked my mom. I'm like, Mama, what is the infectious disease clinic? So she was like, I don't know. You worried? So I'm like, nah, because the only person who I was messing with was, I ain't going to say the person's name. So that's the only person who I was messing with, so I ain't worried. So she was like, all right, well, call them and see what it's about then. So I called them, and the lady told me that the nurse that I needed to see wouldn't be back till January 4th. So I scheduled my appointment for that day. Fast forward to January 4th. My ex took me to the doctor's office, dropped me off, and I went in and talked to the nurse. She proceeds to tell me that I'm HIV positive. Oh my God. Did I feel like my world was over? Yes. Did I feel like, I felt the ultimate betrayal. I felt, how could he do this to me? I felt like, it was just over for me. I can't even go back and, I can't feel those emotions again because, it's been so long ago and I'm over it. But I won't wish that on my worst enemy. To experience or go through that type of, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So, with that being said, I cried and cried and cried on the floor. She had to help me get up off the floor, and I'm asking her how long I got to live, and she was like, no, that's not how this works. So she explained to me what it is, and she told me I need to go, read up on it myself so I can get a better understanding of it. So then I had to call the person who I was having sex with. I proceeded to call his phone. He answered the phone. Off rip with attitude. So I'm like, what I done told you about having sex with these females unprotectedly? His response to me is, oh, you better call that nigga you was fucking. Now, if it was me and somebody called me like that, I'm going to want to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what's up with you? What you talk about? What's going on? Then I'm going to want to go down there too and get myself tested. None of that took place. I had to find a ride home. And riding home with my brother after I found out this devastating news. And I'm riding home in silence because it's killing me in the inside. And I don't really want to tell my brother what's going on right now. So I get home. And I got to break this news to my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, she lost her husband to AIDS. My daddy died from AIDS. And he got it from sharing needles. So, now her daughter, it's a generational curse. Now her daughter has HIV. Like, it was too much for her. She lost her son already. She lost her husband. Now her daughter has HIV. So she just screamed and she cried and she screamed and she cried. So my brother come running there. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I can't tell him. I can't tell him. I got HIV. He going ballistic. He crying. He running out the door trying to go do stuff that Lord knows I don't want him to do. Because at the end of the day, I got a child with this man. So now it's like, you know, I had to go through the steps. I ain't always been where I am. I wasn't always able to talk about my situation. Like those of you who not educated about HIV, I was illiterate. I was ignorant to HIV. So I'm thinking my life is over. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's just the end for me. Like, y'all, that's not the truth. Your life is not over. And then those of you who have friends or family members or whoever who is experiencing this HIV thing, don't turn your backs on them. And don't go around telling their business. It's their story to tell. If you're going to do anything positive in their life, if you're godly people or whatever you claim to be, if you're so much positive in their life, you want to be positive in a person's life, then you pray for them. Don't go on social media or whatever and talking about them. Nah. If you doing something of the Lord and if you're doing something in positive, guess what? You need to meet with that person one-on-one and you do what you can to help that person. Because a person who is going through something like this and they don't really know about it and it's fresh to them, they need all the encouragement and all the love they can give. If you know something, tell them something. Teach them something. Educate them. Enlighten them. It's not over. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. And for those of you who use it as negativity, don't do that, baby. Don't do that, baby. See, they created this for us too. You know what I'm saying? Because black people don't read on shit. That's what they feel. We don't read. But wrong, boo-boo. I reads. I reads. Especially on stuff like this. Oh, yeah. I reads. I understand. I comprehend. And your life is not over. I'm going to be making these videos on the regular because it's people who need to hear. You know what I'm saying? It's people who need to be educated. I'm going to talk about all kind of stuff. If y'all got questions that y'all want to ask me, don't be ashamed to ask because I'm not ashamed to tell. For a long time, I didn't talk about this because I was afraid of who it would affect, like who probably would find out their situation or whatever, however. But this ain't about them. This about Siobhan. This about Siobhan walking in her truth and Siobhan doing what she can to help others. This is not about the person who gave it to me or who gave it to them, and it ain't about none of them. And if I could tell my story to help somebody else, that's what it's about. I want to help somebody. I want to save somebody. Stop passing this shit around. You can get it knowingly and unknowingly. You can get it from a person who don't even know they got HIV. HIV rate so high in Savannah is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And not everybody gonna tell y'all they got HIV. Everybody ain't honest. Not everybody goes to the doctor on the regular. Thank God I do. You know what I'm saying? Because I caught mine when it was early. I never had to take medication. Only when I was pregnant with my last 2 kids. I had to take 8 pills a day. 8 pills a day to keep my kids from getting HIV. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. Nobody. Thank God my kids were born without HIV. I did what I needed to do to protect them. But I hated taking 8 pills a day. 8 pills, big pills a day, when it all could have been prevented if the person who I was sleeping with was a little bit more careful. Because guess what? I wasn't out there sleeping with this, that, and the third person. No, this is the person who I was with for 9 years. So ladies, don't feel like you exempt, like it can't happen to you. If you got a man who you don't caught cheating more than one time, baby, you a candidate. You is a candidate for this. Know your worth. If he love you, he ain't finna be stepping out on you. He's not gonna hurt you in that manner. Know your worth. I don't got time for it no more. People say I'm stuck up or whatever. I ain't stuck up. I know my worth. And I'm not finna settle. Don't have no fee. If I'm dating somebody and the female text or call my phone, it's over for you. It's over for you. There is if you can't be with one person, if you got to be messing with this, that, the third person, you need to go get some help. Go get you a doctor. Go get you a preacher, somebody. Get that demon up out of you. I don't know what it is, what y'all got going on. But it's not hard to do the right thing. Stop sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Elisa, Leslie, and May. Stop. It's not that serious. This sex thing is so overrated. Like, I just don't get it. And y'all keep passing this shit around to people. You know what I'm saying? Like in my situation, it could have been prevented for me if the person or the females who he was dealing with beforehand would have been like, okay, well, this is the situation. I did it. And I still do it. I give a person the opportunity to tell me if they want to be with me or not. I don't make that decision for them. Look, my situation is this, is that, and third. I understand if you can't be with me. I understand if you can't accept it. But I got to tell you my truth. Point blank, period. Because I want to give the opportunity that I wasn't given. Nobody came to me with the realness. I guess they feel like, oh, she messing with him. Okay, she gonna get what she deserves. Nah, boo-boo, that ain't the way life goes. This ain't no game. This is real. I never do that to nobody. Never. That's why I do whatever I can to take care of myself. I'm undetected. I can't pass nothing to nobody even if I tried to. How many of you can say that? How many of you can say that? I know my status. I did what I need to do to take care of myself and others. How many of you can say that? And for those of you who sat around and talked about Siobhan on social media and all this and the third, guess what? I know secrets about you too, but guess what? I'm not going to get on here and do that. I'm not going to do that. Why? Why should I do that? Then I'll be belittling myself and dimming my light. Nah, boo-boo. This light shines bright like a diamond, honey. And I'm going to do God's work. And that save his people. Whoever I got to talk to, guess what? If you want to talk to me, send me a message. Get my phone number. We can link up. Sit down, have a meeting, talk, whatever you need. I'm here. Just know this is the beginning and not the end. And don't frown upon people who you know with HIV. You can't get it from touching me. You can't get it from kissing me. You can't get it from drinking out my drink. You can't get it from eating off my spoon. None of that. None of that. And for those of you who are undetected, you can't even pass it sexually. But that's for those of you who are not educated. Y'all follow me. Just stick with me. I'm going to educate you. You going to learn. You going to learn the day